Holly, please come back. I think we should talk about this.
I've got nothing to talk to you about, John. I think we should split up. That's all I want to say to you. It's over.
But we have Sarah to think about as well. I really think we should give this some more thought. I get that you don't want to be with me before, and I can live with that, but let's at least talk about it and decide what's best for Sarah. Are you certain that you can look after her by yourself? That's the most important thing.
Are you saying you're not going to pay child support for her?
No, I promise I'm going to pay. I'm talking about the basic everyday routine of looking after her. I mean, you just left and took her with you without even discussing it with me. I'm worried you're acting recklessly. I think for her sake, we should talk about what she needs from us.
But I just said I don't have anything to say to you. I don't love you anymore. I don't see the point in forcing ourselves to continue in a loveless marriage just for her sake. Do you really think she'd be happier growing up in a household where her parents hate each other and can't get along? I'd actually feel sorrier for her if she had to endure that kind of situation. Wouldn't you?
I just think that if we both put in some effort, we could work on it and get by without any major problems.
No, we can't get by like that. That's why I left. I wish you would stop making me repeat myself like this. It's starting to really annoy me. When you've signed the divorce papers, can you send them to my parents' house?
Fine, I'll do it.
Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to go crazy having the same conversation with you every day for 5 days in a row. So we just need to work out about the child support now.
I won't argue with the divorce. We obviously can't be together anymore. But I really don't think that you can give Sarah the best life by yourself. I want shared custody, and I am not going to give up on that. That's what I think we should talk about. I'm planning on meeting with my lawyer next week. Can we meet him together? I could bring him over to a cafe near your parents' house.
You want to share custody? That's absurd, John.
Of course that's what I want. I don't want to be separated from my daughter.
I don't think you understand what you're saying. Sarah is only 4 years old. You work long hours and you're almost never home. I'm her mother. Which one of us do you think the judge is going to choose as the most appropriate parent? There's no way it'll be you, John.
It's not like I'd be the only single father in the world. There are plenty of fathers who manage by themselves.
You have to think about this realistically. You have to work overtime and night shifts every month. What are you going to do then?
I'll ask my parents for help if I have to.
Well, you're welcome to try and fight for custody, but I really don't think you've got a chance. Sarah is only 4 years old. She needs her mommy. I think it would take something huge for me to lose custody of her. And I won't agree to shared custody. It's not possible. I'm not planning on hanging around here just so you can see your daughter once in a month or something. Besides, she's a girl. What are you going to do when she starts to grow up? She's far better off with me. When she reaches puberty and she gets her first period and things like that, are you going to talk to her about that stuff? You don't know anything about it.
I guess I don't know. I'll deal with that when it comes.
See? You don't really know what to do even now, when it's just a far-off thought. You'd be hopeless. Don't start talking about shared custody of Sarah when you haven't even considered her future. I'm not saying you'll never see her again. I'm not going to stop you from visiting her if you want to.
But if you're planning on moving back in with your parents, there's no way I'll be able to come and see her more than once a year or something. It is so far, and you know I don't get that much time off.
Well, I guess that's up to you and how much effort you're willing to put in. I thought you were going to say you'd do anything for your daughter, because you love her and you don't want to be separated from her. Is that not it?
I'll do everything I can, but I really don't want to be separated from her in the first place, if I can help it. She is really important to me, and I want her to grow up knowing that.
Well, then how do you think I feel? Do you think she's not important to me too? Because she is. I carried her for 9 months and I gave birth to her. You can't pretend you know what that feels like. There's nothing like a mother's love for the child she gave birth to. You can't comprehend the love and understanding between us. In comparison, you're just someone who sat on the sidelines and watched us go through it. Your feelings will never be as strong as mine.
You can't compare things like that. Obviously, it's different, but that doesn't mean I love Sarah less than you do.
But like I said, there's a huge difference between giving birth to a child and just watching. I can't believe this. After I thought we finally got somewhere with the divorce, you're making it difficult again. I wish you wouldn't bother me with these ridiculous ideas. There's no way you're going to get custody, so just forget about it.
I'm not gonna just forget about my daughter. She's very important to me.
Fine, let's just agree to talk to our lawyers about it. We'll let the judge decide which of us should be granted custody. I'm not worried. There's no way a judge is going to think Sarah is better off with you than with her mom.
Hey, Holly, I'm thinking about my schedule for the next month. When can I come and see Sarah? I was thinking maybe the 10th? Is that too soon?
Actually, John, I was hoping to talk to you about that. I think we should make this the last time you and Sarah meet.
What? Why? I have a right to meet with my child, Holly. You can't just suddenly change your mind. We've got an agreement. I'm paying the child support like we agreed, so why can't you let me see her? It's all I'm asking.
I know.
So, what's going on? You can't just suddenly decide that I don't get to see her.
Actually, I've met someone. He's met Sarah and they get along really well. I don't want to confuse her with too many people in her life.
What do you mean by that? I'm her father. I'm not going to let someone else replace me.
You're her biological father. That's not going to change, is it? But I just think from now on our arrangements are going to be a bit different. I want Sarah to start calling Nick Dad. He's so kind to her and he takes really good care of us.
So you're gonna cut me out just because you got a new boyfriend? Sarah's gonna think I abandoned her. What if it doesn't work out with this Nick guy? Then what are you gonna do? Can I see her then? We've only been divorced for 3 months, Holly. It sounds like you've been pretty busy.
Don't be rude, John. I met Nick by chance at the gym. We've been going out a little over a month. It's not like I was cheating on you or anything. And you don't have the right to object now that we're divorced. I can see who I like. But I've been thinking, now's probably the best time. Don't you think?
The best time for what? I don't understand.
I just think the arrangement where you come and visit her once a month, it was never going to last anyway. And if she's going to get used to having a new guy around as a father figure, it's better to introduce them earlier rather than later. Your monthly visits were never going to be enough. She needs a proper dad who can be there at her soccer practice every weekend and stuff like that.
You can't just decide all that stuff on your own. Don't you see how selfish you're being? I was absolutely gonna make those visits last. And if I had my way, I'd be at her soccer practices every weekend. But you decided to live so far away, I can't. You're taking away my only contact with her, even though I've been working so hard so I can afford to fly out to another state once a month?
You see, that's totally understandable, isn't it? How long are you going to be able to keep that up? It's not going to last forever.
No, I was thinking eventually it'll be easier because I'll get a pay rise and earn more. Sarah can come and stay with me in the school holidays and stuff.
But even then, Nick will be the person who's always with us. He'll be the one doing most of the dad stuff. I was thinking it would be better to just make a clean break of it now. While she's still so young, she probably won't remember much about this time.
You're saying that you want to make sure she forgets me so that you can pretend this Nick guy is her real father? That is a horrible thing to do, Holly. I really don't think you're considering what's best for our daughter. You don't even know this guy very well. It's only been a couple of months.
I am thinking of what's best for her. I'm trying to give her a stable and happy childhood. I don't want her to get confused by you constantly appearing and disappearing. I don't think she'll forget about you completely, but I just don't want her to be always wondering why you're not around. And if she starts asking questions about you, or if she says she wants to see you, I'll get in touch. I promise.
She already knows me, though, and you're gonna cut me out of her life? Why make her go through that? If you do that, she'll be more confused than if she keeps seeing me regularly like she has been doing.
Maybe for a short time she'll wonder why she doesn't see you anymore. I don't know, though. She's so young. She might just forget. People always forget a lot of their memories from childhood. I don't remember anything from before I was 5. Do you?
So you're saying it's fine if Sarah doesn't remember me at all?
I just want you to understand. I think this is best for her. It's not like I enjoy asking you to do this. I don't feel good about it. But I think if she just has one dad who loves her and is around for her all the time, that'll be best for her as she grows up. It's important for us to be a proper family.
Can you just try not take anything else from me? I've lost pretty much all I had thanks to you. I don't even want to think about not being able to see Sarah anymore.
Don't you think if you grow up thinking you have 2 dads, it's weird? What if she talks about it at school? What are people going to say? And Nick's going to be the one looking after her every day. I'd feel sorry for him if he was made to feel like he wasn't her real father. What if there's always some kind of distance between them because of you?
He's not her real father. And what does that have to do with me? I don't care if she's distant with him.
It might not concern you, but it concerns Sarah. Step-families are difficult, John. I just want to avoid all the suffering she might go through if she has to deal with more than one dad. And when she's old enough, I promise I'll talk to her and explain everything. You just need to put up with this while she's young. When she's grown up and she says she wants to meet you, then you can have your daughter again. I'm trying to be nice about this, you know. That's why I'm saying it's okay for you to come next month and see her one last time.
I can't deal with this right now. I don't even want to think about it. No, Holly, I won't let you do this.
Please, John. I promise you I'm doing this for Sarah's sake. She'll be happier this way. Can you just let her go? It's not forever. If you really love her, you should be able to do this much for her.
I'm sorry for suddenly contacting you like this. I don't know if you still use this number. This isn't a prank, I promise.
Who is this? I don't have this number.
You're John Moore, aren't you?
Yes, that's me. Who is this?
I think you're my real dad. Do you have a daughter? This is the right John Moore, isn't it?
Yeah, I have a daughter. Are you Sarah?
You remember me?
Sarah, is that really you? Of course I haven't forgotten you even for a second, honey.
I found you! You're my dad?
Yeah, honey, I'm your dad. How did you find me? I'm so glad that you got in touch. How are you? Have you been doing okay? Tell me everything. I've missed you so much, Sarah. I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to see you.
Dad, I need your help.
What? What's going on?
I'm sorry. I know this is kind of sudden, but I really don't want to live with my mom anymore, and I didn't know who else to ask.
What's wrong? Has something happened?
Mom hasn't come home for more than 5 days now.
She hasn't? Didn't she say where she was going?
There's no food left in the house, and I don't know what to do. And there's no money either.
What is going on? What about your stepdad? Your mom got married, right? How about your gran and grandpa?
My mom isn't married. It's usually just the 2 of us. I think she has a boyfriend right now, but I'm not sure. She always says she can't get married because of me. She says no one wants to be my dad because I'm naughty.
Hey, that is absolutely not true, honey. I'm your dad, and I love you. This isn't what your mom and I agreed. I don't know how it got like this.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
It's okay, I'll explain another time. Does this happen a lot? I mean, your mom not coming home for a while? Has she been doing that for a while?
Yeah, I guess.
How come you haven't tried to get in touch with me before, Sarah? You could have messaged me any time.
I only just got this phone. I never had one before. And my mom said you left us and you didn't want me, so I thought you wouldn't want to hear from me. But last month I managed to get a look at my mom's phone while she was in the shower. I found all your old messages, and then I realized she was lying about you. And I got your old number just in case you were still using it.
And that's how you got in touch with me?
Yeah. I'm sorry to bother you about all this. I'm sure you're really busy.
No, honey, I'm never gonna be too busy for you, okay? None of this is your fault. If you saw those conversations I had with your mom, I'm sure you already know this, but I always really wanted you to live with me. I've really missed you. I can come and get you if you need. You didn't move house, did you? Can you hold on for a little bit longer?
Really? You can come and pick me up? We moved house a while ago. How will you find me? Are you sure it's not too much trouble?
It's no trouble at all, Sarah, I promise. Can you send me the address? You're 12 years old already, aren't you? Oh, I'm really excited to see you again. I haven't seen you since you were little. You must be so big already.
Okay, I'll send the address. Should I just wait here then?
Yeah, you sit tight. I'll find you.
I can't believe you still remember about me. I thought you would have forgotten.
Hey, John. Why do you keep calling me so much since yesterday? You're starting to get on my nerves. Can you stop?
Holly, where exactly are you right now?
What's that got to do with you? You can't just suddenly start texting and calling and asking where I am. We've been divorced for years. You've got no right to know.
Maybe so, I'm not sure. How about Sarah?
It's Sunday. She's still in bed, obviously. Why are you asking all of a sudden? I told you to forget about Sarah, didn't I? You agreed it was better for her if she didn't see you.
That's so strange. I don't know why you would say that.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Because you're lying. Sarah is right here with me. If you can lie about that so easily, what else have you been lying about?
What? That can't be right. Is this some kind of weird joke?
No, it's not a joke, it's the truth. I got a message from Sarah a few days ago. She said that you hadn't come home for more than a week, and she was hungry, and she didn't know what to do.
I wasn't there because Dad was in the hospital. But I did go home some days at night when she was sleeping. She wasn't left alone. I was just staying at my parents' house because it's closer to the hospital.
I called your parents. Your dad answered the phone, and he told me that he hadn't heard from you in years. What's the big cover-up? Why are you lying?
I didn't mean my dad. I'm talking about my boyfriend's dad. He collapsed at work and we had to look after him in the hospital.
Well, whichever it is, it doesn't mean you can leave your 12-year-old daughter at home alone for a week. She's only in middle school. She's not old enough to look after herself, and she said you didn't even leave her any money to buy food. You told me you'd moved house. You don't even live anywhere near your parents. What is going on? I thought your plan was to ask them for help with Sarah when things were tough. And she says you're not married? What about that Nick guy? I thought that he was going to be Sarah's new super involved dad. I need some answers, Holly. Was everything you told me a lie?
I wasn't lying at the time. It just didn't turn out that way. Nick didn't want to get married in the end. He didn't really want to be Sarah's dad either. He wasn't who I thought he was. And I haven't met anyone else since then who wanted to marry someone who already had a kid. When the time came, they all ran off like cowards.
So why didn't you get in touch when the situation changed? You were taking my money that was supposed to be going towards Sarah's upkeep, but you weren't looking after her at all. You can't deny that. You weren't even in the house with her.
It's just the one time that happened. You can't judge our whole lives based on this one incident. I can't believe she started messaging you over this. Don't you realize how long I've been looking after her by myself? It's been years, John.
I know it wasn't just this one time. Sarah told me it's been happening for pretty much as long as she can remember. And I don't think that you can really call what you're doing looking after her. I saw inside your house when I picked her up. It was disgusting. How can you let her live in that filth? How is she supposed to stay clean and healthy, let alone study and do well at school if her home looks like that? Here I was thinking that she was living a happy and carefree life. That's what you promised me. You said that she would be better off with you, and look what happened.
We've been through a lot. You can't talk as if you could have done better. You don't know that. It's hard being a single mother. It's hard getting a job if you can't work evenings and weekends. And it's even harder to make friends and have relationships.
Then why didn't you call me? I think that's what's bugging me the most. I was there for the both of you, but you refused my help. Why?
How can I ask for help from my ex-husband? I didn't want to see you or speak to you. Never mind asking you for help.
Not even for Sarah's sake? Are you sure it wasn't because you were spending all the child support money on other stuff and you didn't want me to find out? Or you thought if you and I had shared custody, you'd lose some of your benefits?
No, it wasn't that. I always spent the child support money on food and clothes for Sarah, just like we agreed.
Then why doesn't she have any clothes that fit? And why was she starving when I found her?
You're just enjoying making me feel like an idiot right now, aren't you? What's it going to take for you to stop berating me?
Whatever, it's fine. We don't need to talk about all of the details now. I've been in touch with my lawyer. I expect you'll hear from the Child Protective Services pretty soon. I am planning on getting custody of Sarah back.
What? How dare you? She's my daughter. You've contacted the CPS about this?
Of course. Don't you realize the state that she was in when I found her? I should have called the police immediately.
You can't! I want custody of Sarah fair and square. You don't have any rights anymore. You have to stop this. You can't take my daughter from me. She doesn't want to live with you. You're a total stranger to her now.
You're the one who doesn't have the right to look after her anymore. Sarah has already told me and the social workers everything that she's been going through while she lived with you. She said you would leave her for days on end whenever you got a new boyfriend. I even heard from your dad that he threw you out because you were bringing home random guys late at night and making a fool of yourself. I bet the real reason you wanted custody of Sarah was because you thought you could get all the single-parent benefits and child support, isn't it?
No! Of course that's not true! I really love Sarah. She's very important to me. I told you before, didn't I? There's a bond between mother and daughter you can't understand.
If she was really that important to you, how come you didn't notice she was gone until I texted you? It's been 3 days, Holly. Haven't you been home to check on her at all in that time? Because if you did, you'd know that she wasn't there.
Please, you can't do this. You can't take my daughter from me. I have debts. I had to be away from home for work. She was totally safe. But I had to work to make money, otherwise we'd both starve.
I don't know if that's a lie or not, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that I'll never let go of Sarah again. I can't let you treat her like that. She contacted me to ask for help. She was starving and scared. So, I'm gonna help her, like she asked. And I am not gonna put her back in a situation where she might have to take a risk like that to ask for help.
John, I'm so sorry. I've just been going through a lot these days. I'm under a lot of stress, and I'm not great, mentally or physically.
In that case, there's all the more reason not to let Sarah live with you at the moment. It sounds like you can barely take care of yourself, let alone a child.
Perhaps you could consider helping me, as well as Sarah. I really need someone. Looking back, I realize now that I was happiest when we were together. You're such a kind and caring person. I don't know what I was thinking when I said I didn't want to be with you. I'm so sorry. Can you help me? Please.
Can you be serious right now? You've made me miserable for 8 years. You stole the most precious thing I had and treated her like garbage. And you took away those years we could have been happy together. You are out of your mind if you think I'd consider taking you back. I'm doing this for Sarah, Holly. Don't you remember what you said to me when you were trying to convince me not to see her anymore? You said if I valued Sarah's happiness, I would let her go. You said if I really loved her, I'd be able to do that for her. Can you do that, Holly? With the help of my lawyer, the police, and the Child Protective Services, I was finally able to win back custody of my daughter. I discovered that my ex-wife had pretty much given up on caring for Sarah in a serious way. She spent most of her time out at bars looking for fun. Sarah was going to school, but I think Holly was doing basically just enough to avoid the suspicion of neglect. I don't think I'll ever forgive myself for spending all those years ignorantly thinking Sarah was living a happy life with her mother, when the reality was so different. Of course, I'll never forgive my ex-wife. She's the one who is at most fault here, but I failed Sarah too, because I didn't check up on her enough. I could have prevented this. I've heard from Holly's dad that she's doing even worse without her daughter around, because I think Sarah was the one thing keeping her feet on the ground. I don't really feel sorry for her, because there's no way I could have left Sarah in that situation, but I wish my ex-wife could find the strength to live well again. She's supposed to be paying child support to me now, but each time it gets to the end of the month, I find that I can't get in touch with her and the money isn't being paid. But she was always pretty useless with money. I doubt that she's earning a lot, and financially, I'm doing okay, so these days I just kind of let it go. Besides, it seems like she's still in a lot of debt. I hope she's working and paying some of it off. But if it's as I suspect, she's probably borrowed off some loan sharks and they're probably making her pay it off through nighttime work. Anyway, that is none of my business anymore. As long as she doesn't try and get back in touch with me and my daughter, she can live however she wants. Since I went to pick Sarah up, she's been living with me. We've moved back to my parents' house while I figure out what our lives are going to be like now. I'm annoyed that Holly spent the money I earned and sent for Sarah on herself and her crazy lifestyle. But in the end, I'm just happy to have my daughter back and living with me. We have a lot of lost time to make up for. My parents are also really pleased that they could finally meet their grandchild again after such a long time, and they seem really happy to have us living with them. I think my daughter found some things a bit difficult to get used to about living with me and my parents, because she's been looking after herself for such a long time. But these days, she seems to be far more relaxed and happy. I am so pleased to see her settled and content. The other day she told me that she never dreamed she would be living in a nice house like this. I didn't expect her to say anything like that. I was so happy to hear that she felt that way. I cried and she had to get me a tissue. She is such a sweet girl. There's no way I would ever again do something to make her sad. I'm a single parent now, so I expect there will be plenty of difficulties and problems to deal with. But I'm prepared to face those problems together with Sarah. I'm just going to focus on my daughter's happiness and making our life together the best it can be. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.
Oh, Johanna, I heard you're moving back home. Are you already back at your mom's house? Oh, hey, Deborah. I haven't seen you in a while. Since your wedding, I think. I got back the day before yesterday. It was a long flight. Where was it Adam said you were living before that? Was it Argentina or something? That's right. I was living in Buenos Aires. He said you got a divorce and that's why you had to move home. I can't believe that. Is it true? Yeah, it's true, but it's okay. I'm not too upset. What happened? I hope it wasn't anything bad. Well, there were a few things, actually. It's not that interesting. What kind of things? You can tell me. I won't share. International marriages are just hard. We thought differently about a lot of stuff, and there were some things we always got into arguments about. And it's really hard to live so far from your family like that. I always said I wanted to move back to the States after a few years. At first he agreed and said we could move back whenever I wanted, but after a while he just didn't want to leave Buenos Aires, like ever. So we decided it would be easier for both of us to be happy if we separated. It was a tough decision, but I think it's better for both of us. So it's not exactly the kind of divorce where someone was in the wrong or anything. An amicable divorce, if you like. Oh, come on. I never know what people mean with that. If your relationship was so amicable, you wouldn't need to get a divorce, would you? That's such a dull story. Are you sure he wasn't cheating on you and he actually left you for a younger woman? Maybe he lied. Anyway, aren't you a bit embarrassed to be single again at your age? I'm surprised you can just waltz back into your mom's house like it's the best thing in the world. I'd be dying of embarrassment if I was you. What's so embarrassing about being single? I've got a lot of friends who were never married in the first place. And it's pretty exciting to be single again, actually, even at my age. There are more possibilities. I have more freedom. You can't be serious. It's mortifying. If you're divorced, people will think there's something wrong with you, won't they? No one is going to be interested in you now. I'm honestly surprised you can act so blasé about it. It's almost like you're proud of yourself. I'd never be able to move back home. How would I face my parents? Oh, really? What would you do if you had to get a divorce then? I hope your parents wouldn't judge you. Sometimes you can be proud of yourself for knowing when to stop fighting a losing battle like I was. Besides, it's not like getting divorced is unheard of. It's pretty common. I think if people are judging me for this, their opinion probably isn't that important to me. Well, I'm not getting a divorce, so I don't need to worry about it. But you got married and moved abroad, didn't you? That's totally crazy. And then you got jilted and had to move halfway across the world again. To be honest, it's disgraceful, isn't it? You don't have to put on a brave face for me. You can say what you really feel. I know you must be sad. Disgraceful? Is that what you really think of this? Don't you agree, though? I'm sure your mom thinks so. Actually, it looks like we have a completely different way of thinking about this stuff. I don't think getting divorced or moving home temporarily is something to be ashamed of. And I'm not sure why you would think so. No way, girl. You're definitely putting that on. I bet in private you're in absolute ruins. It's just so embarrassing that you thought you were so clever and special living abroad, and it turns out you're just another divorced loser. Hey, Deborah, what are you messaging about, actually? Did you have a question or some helpful information to pass on or something? What? No! I can't believe you'd go out of your way to message me just to let me know how disgraceful you think I am. That's not very nice of you as a sister-in-law, is it? I mean, is it really necessary? You can think whatever you want about me, but it's pretty impolite for you to message me directly and tell me your whole opinion in minute detail like this. Most people would just keep their thoughts to themselves. Is this how you speak to your friends and family? Because I'd be surprised if you still have any friends left. I'm just telling you the truth, Joanna. I figure you should probably know what everyone is really thinking. I don't think this is the best way to act towards your sister-in-law, and it's not very thoughtful. If I was feeling sad about my divorce, you'd be making me feel much worse. Perhaps if I committed a crime and I was coming home after a lengthy spell in prison, I'd understand you wanting to give your opinion. But divorce is such a delicate and complicated thing. I'm surprised you think you can just say what you want so insensitively. Oh, you're gonna try and make me feel bad about this. I don't think so. I'm embarrassed of you, and I'm just letting you know. That's a totally legitimate feeling for me to have. I should tell you what people really think about your behavior so that you learn how to not act in the future. It's completely unnecessary of you to start texting me just to tell me this stuff. You're just doing it on purpose to try and upset me. Anyway, do you think everyone has the same opinion as you? Just because you think something doesn't make it the truth. You're being so narrow-minded about this. It doesn't look good on you, sweetie. Especially since my divorce has nothing to do with you, really. It does. I'm a part of your family now, so what you do reflects on me. I don't want people judging me for having a failure for a sister-in-law. What makes you think you can just come back to live at home like this? Is me living at my mom's house bothering you somehow, Deborah? It's not just your mom's house. It's our family home. And what's the family home got to do with it? It's just been refurbished, hasn't it? Your mom and dad had all those improvements done a few years ago. It's in great condition right now, and your mom is going to keep it that way. Yeah, I'm sure she is, but what does that have to do with you and this problem you have with me? My husband is going to inherit that house, isn't he? He's the eldest son, so it makes sense if the house goes to him. And you've been living abroad for such a long time, whereas we've been living in this neighborhood for a while. So, if you suddenly come back here expecting to live at your mom's house, that's a problem for me. Excuse me, are you trying to make out that I'm back here to steal your inheritance or something? I don't know if my mom has even decided what to do with the house when she dies. We've never talked about it. She might even sell it before then. You don't know. That's why I have to be careful. What if she decides to leave it to you now that you're back? I wish you'd stayed away. Then I could be happy thinking your mom isn't going to worry about you. Isn't there anywhere else you could go? Well, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. This was only supposed to be a short-term, temporary thing. But this is my house too, so I don't intend to leave just because you're worried you might lose your inheritance. And since my dad died 2 years ago, I've been a bit worried about my mom. So I'd rather stay here for a while and see how she's getting on by herself. Oh, you drive me crazy. Look at you making out like you're such an angel all the time. You're exactly the kind of person I can't stand with your holier-than-thou attitude. You're not fooling me, Joanna. I'm not trying to fool you. What are you talking about? I feel like this is strange behavior even for you. It seems like you're trying to provoke me or something. What's going on with you? Nothing's going on. I'm just trying to protect my mother-in-law from gold diggers. You know she's been in the hospital quite a bit lately. Yes, I know that, of course. It's another reason why I'm happy to be able to support her at home right now. I just thought it wouldn't be too strange if she was to die soon. So I've been expecting people to start crawling out of the woodwork hoping to get into her good books before she dies. I'm guessing you're thinking along the same lines, aren't you? Isn't that why you're really back? You're trying to make sure you inherit the house and all your mom's money. How can you say something like that? My mom isn't about to die. Maybe she has a couple of minor health problems at the moment, but it's nothing serious or life-threatening. She's still in really good health for someone of her age. It's weird you would start talking about what's going to happen after her death. It's like you're excited about it or something. I don't know how you can say that kind of stuff to me. I don't think I have to put up with this from my brother's wife. It's not like we're close. Stop changing the subject. We're not here to talk about my flaws. That house should rightly pass to me and my husband after your mom's death. You can't deny that. You can't just show up here after living abroad for years and expect your share. We've been looking after your mom since your dad died while you've been thousands of miles away. Don't we deserve to have priority? You're the one in the wrong here, so stop pretending you're all innocent. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about right now. What are you trying to achieve? I really can't deal with this nonsense while I'm supposed to be unpacking. I know it's the middle of the day, but are you drunk or something? Did you have too much Prosecco with lunch? If you're worried about losing out on your inheritance to me, don't. Whatever Mom decides, I will support, so can we put an end to this weird conversation? You can't just decide when to end this. I won't let you get away with this. Get away with what? I'm sorry, I'm really not following you. I'm not trying to pull anything here. Can you understand that? Am I speaking English right now? I feel like maybe you don't get what I'm saying to you. Stop texting me, okay? I've had more sense out of the old ladies at the street markets in Argentina, and they don't speak any English. Deborah, you have got to stop this. It's getting out of control. You're the one who keyed my car, aren't you? You can't deny it. I literally just bought that car last week and it's already ruined. I know you don't like me, but I can't believe you do something so unhinged. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. That is a ridiculous accusation which is clearly false, and if you keep repeating it, I'll have to talk to your mom about you again. You've been treating me like trash ever since you got home, and I'm gonna make you pay for it. Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about, and stop trying to deflect. You know I haven't done anything to you. That's not the only thing either. I know it's you who keeps stealing my makeup. Divorced women don't need makeup. No one is looking at you. Stop wasting your time and money on nice makeup, and I'll stop taking it away from you. And you keep coming around to her place when you haven't been invited, and you sit and make snide comments about the way I look or what I'm eating. And I'm sick of hearing about how you can't stand the sight of me or I'm getting in your way. But this is a new low. You've damaged my property on purpose. I could sue you for this. It's going to cost me hundreds of dollars to repair.
Do you have some kind of proof that it was me?
I saw you come running out of the garage last night after you left.
You can't accuse me just because you say you saw me. That's not evidence. You always act so smart, but you're actually pretty stupid, aren't you? Perhaps you should go and study the law a little before you start shouting about suing me.
You're the only person I know who's capable of something this awful.
Now it sounds like you're prejudiced against me. You're never going to convince the cops it was me with that attitude. But you are right that I can't stand the sight of you. I'm glad you finally realized that. Maybe now you'll get tired of fighting and leave.
I know that's what you want.
So why are you still hanging around? You're so stubborn. You're like a dirty stain that won't come out. I'm not going to let you have that house, so you can give up already.
Oh my God! Why are you so obsessed with living in this house? What's so great about it? Adam has a good job. Why don't you think about getting your own place? We don't know who's going to inherit this place. My mom doesn't talk about it. She might want us to sell it and donate the money. And considering she might live several more years, perhaps you should be the one to give up for now.
I like that house. It would suit our family just fine when we have kids. If your brother and I decide to buy our own place, that would just be a huge waste of our savings. And it's not like you're going to be having kids, is it? If you got that house, it would be wasted because you'd never have a family to fill it. I'm sure you thought you'd move home and see if you could get something for free. Why don't you buy a house if you think it's such a good idea?
How dare you be so rude to your husband's family? Didn't your parents teach you to watch your mouth? I don't know why you think you're going to be entitled to any inheritance if my mom finds out you talk to her daughter like that.
Is that a threat, Joanna? Are you planning on telling your mom I think you're a gold-digging waste of space? We became pretty good friends while you were abroad. Let's tell her and see which one of us she believes. I don't know how you can act like you're better than me after you were dumped by your foreign husband in some dirty South American country. How do you expect anyone to respect you now? I bet you're sitting at home all day just draining your mom's savings, buying fantasy romance box sets on Prime, and bawling into your tissues. Aren't you miserable coming home to become your mom's parasite at your age?
Do you really want this house that much?
It's not that I want it, it's mine. Let me have what's mine already.
You really want me to leave more than anything else in the world?
Yes, just pack up your stuff and get out. No one wants you around anymore.
Fine, I've got it. I'll leave, but I hope you don't end up regretting it.
What? You'll really leave?
Sure. I'll pack my stuff and get out as soon as you like.
Are you serious? That's amazing! You finally figured out what's good for you then. I thought you were so dense you'd never get the message.
But I can't be certain what's going to happen after I leave, okay? You realize that whatever happens now, you'll be responsible for everything and you'll have to deal with it all by yourself, right?
Yeah. Just don't let the door hit you on your way out. Hey, Joanna, what's going on here? Why is this happening? This isn't what I wanted.
Oh no, what's wrong, Deborah? You were so happy the other day when I told you I was leaving.
What's going on? This is terrible.
What's terrible, honey? I moved out last night just like I told you I would. This is the result you wanted so badly. I don't understand why you'd be upset.
You knew this would happen, didn't you? That's why your last message was like, whatever happens, it's not my responsibility, or whatever. As soon as I told your brother you'd agreed to leave, he said we were getting a divorce.
Oh, he did? Adam said that?
Yes, but I don't understand why. He said if you were leaving, that meant I had to leave too. What does my marriage have to do with you? This is unbelievable. Your mom even said the same thing when I called her. I thought she liked me.
My brother just asked you for a divorce, just like that? That's so sad for you.
He said he couldn't go on living with someone like me, that I wasn't the person he thought I was. He was so mean. And when I got mad at him, he got mad back. I've never seen him angry before. Usually when I'm mad, he just goes all quiet and apologizes. He's such a gentle soul. I never thought I'd see him get angry like that.
You really don't understand why he would say something like that to you? Or why he'd be mad when he found out what you've done to me? Don't you think he might have reacted like this because of the way you were treating me? I'm his sister, after all.
I didn't think he'd be that mad, though. Brothers and sisters are never really that close. And I thought he agreed that we should live in that house when your mom dies. I just helped clear the path for him by getting rid of the troublesome parasite.
I don't think that's the best choice of language for someone in your situation, Deborah.
I was expecting thanks and congratulations from both of them.
You seem to be having a complete misunderstanding. I don't know if it's because you just don't understand what a family means to each other, maybe? Or you got some weird idea into your head about me and it totally got out of proportion until you really thought I was leeching off my mom? Anyway, you're very, very wrong about this whole thing. Your assumptions were wrong, and your way of dealing with it was wrong, and everything was wrong. I think that's why you're getting a divorce.
What do you mean?
I mean, I might have been living at my mom's place, but I wasn't taking her money. I have my own money.
You do? But you got a divorce and quit your job, didn't you?
Just because I got a divorce and moved home doesn't mean I failed at life. It seems like your way of thinking is pretty out of date. Besides, I never said I quit my job or that I ran out of money or anything. I work remote, and I have done for years.
But normally when women get a divorce, they're left with nothing. That's what I heard. Isn't that why you came home? Because you have no money and nowhere else to go.
If that's what you thought, it seems pretty cruel of you to force me out like you did, with no money and nowhere to live. But no, that's just an assumption you made, and it was wrong. Actually, when I told my mom I was getting a divorce, she asked me if I'd come home to live with her for a while. My original plan was to live by myself. I was thinking about moving to New York.
She asked you to come here. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have moved back in with her if she hadn't asked me to. She said she was feeling a little lonely without Dad, and she thought maybe having me around might do her some good. And I was happy to be able to support her financially as well as emotionally. You know, this house belongs to my mom, but when my mom and Dad bought it, I actually gave them a small loan to help out.
You did? Does that mean the house belongs to you?
No, they paid it back. It was always just intended to be a loan. I'm just telling you so that you can finally understand I'm not leeching off my mom. Sure, I was married to a businessman, but I always had my own profession and my own money. That's why when we got divorced, I still had my savings and my income. I even still have shares in my husband's company. Like I said, it was an amicable breakup. So there's no need for me to spend my mom's money. In fact, I was paying her a little bit of rent while I lived with her because she only has her pension.
Did you get half of your husband's asses in the divorce then? How rich are you?
Why? Are you gonna try and get your hands on my money somehow? Like I said, we both had our own jobs and our own assets. We just divided it up equally. We still like each other, so neither of us wants the other one to suffer.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm totally serious. But that's not the only reason my brother is mad at you. Adam knows that our dad was often in bad health and he sometimes couldn't work for long stretches. When we were kids, we were pretty poor. That's why I've always had a part-time job ever since I was in high school. And Adam started working in high school too. Because I was working and saving from such an early age, Adam and I were both able to go to university. But I think if I hadn't been working, he probably wouldn't have been able to afford it. I've helped out with his rent and his student loan payments a lot.
So, do you think that's why he's so mad that I was trying to get you to leave?
Definitely. But I honestly think that even if I hadn't helped him out so much, he still would have tried to protect me. That's what family is, Deborah. If you guys are getting a divorce, I think I'll move back to my mom's house. You won't be able to object, will you? When are you leaving? Have you signed the divorce papers yet?
I'm not signing. I don't want to get a divorce. I don't have anywhere to go. I can't go back to my parents' house, and I don't have any money of my own.
Don't you have a job? That seems pretty irresponsible of you.
I just work part-time in the beauty salon, but I haven't saved any money.
Why can't you go back to your parents' house? It's not too embarrassing for you, is it? Oh, I forgot. It's disgraceful for someone to move back home. That's what you said.
My mom and dad would be so mad if I said I was going to move back in with them.
Do your parents think the same as you then?
My dad says divorced women are damaged goods, and no one wants them around.
Wow, I almost feel sorry for you. He sounds like a horrible person. I'm not surprised you turned out the way you did.
I can't go back to their house. I'm not sure if my dad would even let me stay there.
You're gonna have to start thinking of some other option then, aren't you? Can't you pick up a few more hours at the salon and get your own place? What about looking for a proper full-time job? You're not totally stupid. You should be able to support yourself.
But if I'm getting a divorce, I should be able to get my share of my husband's money, right? If I go to court, I'd be able to get half of what he has, won't I?
I really don't think you should be asking me about this.
But you've just been divorced. Tell me how it works.
Well, first of all, when my husband and I divorced, we agreed on everything. So I think it's going to be different for you. And you'll need a lawyer, so you'd have to have money to pay for that to start with. And before you ask, I'm not going to lend you money so that you can take my brother to court and get a settlement you don't deserve. Besides, you caused this whole problem by trying to force me out of my own home. I expect if you go to court, my brother will argue that this is all your fault and you'll get nothing. I really don't think it's worth the expense, even if you could hire a lawyer.
Well then, what do you suggest I do? I can't support myself. I didn't go to college and I've only ever had part-time jobs, so I don't think I could get a good job.
Maybe not at first, but if you do your best, you can earn enough. Not every employer is looking for a college education. But if you really don't want to try, you'll have to go back to your parents' house, won't you? I'm sure they'll be super happy to see you.
Oh, you're totally useless! Joanna, please, I really need your help. Can't you talk to Adam about this?
Talk to my brother? Why? I thought I was useless.
I really don't want to get a divorce. I think we can go back to how we were if he'll just give me a chance.
I thought you signed the papers. He said he filed and he's just waiting for the judgment.
I did, but I really didn't want to. I didn't have any choice. I can't afford a lawyer, you all know that.
But Adam doesn't even like you anymore. Probably what he feels for you is more like hatred, Deb. I don't think I can convince him that he wants to get remarried.
He doesn't have to like me. I just need somewhere to live. I don't even mind if he has a girlfriend or something. He can see whoever he likes. I just need to get out of my parents' house. I can't stay here a moment longer.
Oh, was your dad really angry that you came back then?
He said I was a stain on his family name and he wants me gone. It's not fair.
No, it seems pretty harsh, but let's not forget you brought this on yourself.
Are you still living with your mom? Can I maybe stay with you guys for a month while I get back on my feet?
No, I don't think so. Have you forgotten all the horrible things you said to me?
But my parents are so mean to me every day. They're always asking how long I plan to stay. My mom makes me clean the whole house because I can't afford to pay rent.
that sounds fair. If you can't pay your way, you should contribute in other ways. But why can't you afford it? What happened to getting a job?
I did get a job in a department store, but I got fired and I can't find anything else.
Oh my God, Deborah, how did you get fired so quickly? You have to admit you brought all of this on yourself.
But I've really reached my limits, Joanna. I can't stand it here anymore. Whenever we sit down to dinner, someone makes a comment about how I can't earn enough to afford a meal, but I can still eat more than I need. My mom says I'm putting weight on, and I even started losing my hair because of the stress.
Oh, wow. What about your friends from high school? Don't you have anyone you can stay with for a while?
No, I lost touch with all of my friends. I called a few of them when I got back, but they're all so busy with their work and families. No one wanted to hang out. I don't know why.
I can guess why. I'm sorry, Deborah, but after everything you've done to me, I really don't want you anywhere near me. If you need to get remarried, could you try looking for someone who isn't my brother?
There isn't anyone else. Who's gonna want to marry me with this weird bald patch on my head? I can't live like this, Joanna. Please help me.
No, I don't think I will. If the situation was reversed, you definitely wouldn't help me. It doesn't really matter how much trouble you're in. I won't ever feel like helping you. Actually, the worse it gets for you, the happier I feel. And I don't want to feel guilty for enjoying your pain, so I think you should stop contacting me.
I promise I'll never say anything rude to you ever again. Can't you think of it as charity? You'd pretty much be saving my life, I think.
But since you left, we've been so happy here. I'm not going to ruin that by letting you come back. I've got my mom and my brother's happiness to think about, too. We're all better off without you around. I think you should stop bothering us now because we're no longer related. You belong with your own family. They taught you to think like that, and that's what got you in trouble, so you should deal with it together. You said if a woman had to move home, there must be something wrong with her. If that's true, you should work on finding out what's wrong with yourself and fix it. I found out from my brother that after a little while, Deborah met somebody else through a dating agency and got remarried. I think her parents felt that having an unmarried adult child living at home was too bad for their reputation. It sounds like she was coerced into getting remarried because of their opinions and their bad treatment of her. And because her parents rushed her into it, I'm guessing she didn't have time to really get to know her new husband. My brother said she sometimes texted him to complain about her husband cheating on her or drinking and spending all his money on gambling. He doesn't sound like the nicest person, to be honest. I heard he also gambles away as much of her salary as he possibly can as well. If her parents think that's a better fate than being unmarried at home, I feel a bit sorry for her. But I'm glad she's not part of our family anymore. Anyway, it sounds like her life is pretty hellish at the moment. And no matter how bad it gets, she'll never be able to get a divorce this time. She's stuck with that guy now unless she somehow saves up enough money to leave him, but I doubt she'll do that. She's not that smart. After the divorce, my brother moved back in with me and our mom. We're living together, just the three of us now. Both my brother and I are still interested in getting married again, so we're dating a bit, but mainly spending time with mom and hanging out as a family. I'm not going to tell my brother who he can and can't date, but I did tell him that I think his next wife should be a decent human being. That's all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.
Hey, Sean. I just noticed that you forgot your wallet at home. It's on the kitchen counter for some reason. You must have been in quite the rush this morning. Oh, no. Ugh, how could I be so stupid? Will you be okay? Do you need to borrow some money for today? I can stop by your office and give you some cash. You didn't pack a lunch. Will you have to pay for one today? I'll probably be fine. Don't worry. If I need to buy anything, I can just use my app. Oh, I see. That's lucky. Technology these days. You've been making silly mistakes a lot lately, though. I'm getting a bit worried. Like yesterday, you left your umbrella on the subway. And you just bought that one. Oh, that's true. It was an expensive one, too. I'll buy another one soon. And you forgot about your laundry in the dryer. Okay, I guess I am kinda out of it lately. I need to stop being so distracted. I mean, it's a good thing you left your wallet at home and not somewhere else. Imagine if you forgot it on the subway like you did with the umbrella. It would probably get stolen, and then you would have to contact your credit card company and get them to freeze your card. And your debit card and driver's license are also in your wallet, right? You're right. Wow, I don't even want to think about that. I dodged a bullet by forgetting it at home, huh? And I just took your laundry out of the dryer and put it away for you, so it wasn't a big deal. Sorry about that. I'm going to pay more attention from now on. Don't worry. It's hard not to worry. You really need to pay more attention. You've been careless a lot lately. Are you zoning out and getting lost in thought or something? What are you thinking about all the time? I guess I've been worried about my mother. That might be why I haven't been so careful these days. Oh, I see. Because she's in the hospital? Yeah, that's why. I can't imagine how stressful it must be for her. I see. Well, that makes sense. I know you're worried about her. I'm worried for her too, but you don't need to worry all day every day, you know? I mean, she's been all alone since my dad passed away. It's hard not to worry about her. I want to visit more often to keep her company, but she's so far away. Well, you can feel free to go visit her. I'll be fine on my own for a bit. But I guess it is pretty far away, right? And her place is far off in the mountains. Yeah, it's been so hard since I can't do anything for her. And I'm an only child, so there isn't anyone else who can visit her. If something happens to her, I'm the only one who can do anything. I think about that a lot and get really worried. I see. I'm sure she's fine on her own, though. She's always been a really strong lady. Yeah, but this makes me feel like I'm a bad son since I can't be there for her now. But didn't she say herself that you didn't need to visit? She's just very stubborn. But I feel like she might be putting on an act so that I don't worry. That's why she keeps saying she's fine on her own. But I've noticed a change in her since my dad passed away. Wow, she is a really strong lady. I find that people in her age group have a lot of perseverance, wouldn't you say? Yeah, that's true. Even though she's really sick, she doesn't even complain or ask for attention. She only says that she's fine by herself and doesn't need anyone's help. Even if I go visit her, there's not much I'd be able to do, and she'd probably just tell me that she's fine and that I can just go back to work. At any rate, I can't go visit her in hospital anyway. It's the first quarter and our sales have been down. We have to work on getting our sales up so we have a good start to the year. My boss won't let me take any time off right now. I don't even know if any of her friends have been visiting her at the hospital. Oh God, she must be so lonely. Calm down. I have an idea. Why not send her some money then? She could probably use some. Why would I send her money? I mean, isn't it better to have more money than to have none? And hospital stays aren't exactly cheap. Maybe just give her $1,200 a month? That would probably help out a lot. That could work. The thing is, will she even accept it? I feel like she would just say she doesn't want to take any money from me. That's why you have to tell her she has to take it. When you get sick, of course you start to worry about hospital fees. And this is the only thing we can do to help her since we live too far away. You're right. It's a good idea. She's definitely the type to put others before herself and not make the time for herself. But this is her health. It's important. Exactly. She needs to actually take care of her health. So if she had the money, she would be able to pay for the treatments and focus on getting better, right? That would at least lessen her stress and she would feel like a weight has been lifted off her shoulders. That would probably even help with her illness, I think. But do you really think this is okay? I mean, $1,200 a month is kind of a lot of money, don't you think? And wouldn't she prefer a visit over money? Of course it's fine. And like you said, you can't take time off work to see her, so this is the best option. She's been taking care of you all her life, so why not take care of her this time? She always sends us nice vegetables and fruit from her garden. And she gave us a lot of money when we got married, remember? It's time we repay her.
Do you really think we can do this?
Yes! Quit worrying about it. You're thinking too much. If this will make you less worried, then I think it's worth the $1,200.
Thank you, Rosie. It's a good idea. I think we should do it. I feel better now. I owe you one.
No need to thank me. I just want to help, that's all. Well, I'll let her know that you'll be sending her some money this month. Hey, babe. I heard that your mom went to the fair today.
Hi, honey. There was a fair? What fair?
Yeah, the annual spring fair that the garden club does.
Oh, right. Well, that takes me back. I remember when she would drag me there to see different flowers. I guess she's feeling a lot better then.
Yeah, it seems like she's doing really well. She even joined in on the square dancing.
Wow. She must definitely be feeling a lot better.
Yeah, her rehabilitation seems to be working. I think all her strength has come back now. Thanks to that, she had a lot of fun at the fair.
Wow, she's so energetic for her age. I hope she gets better and better.
Yeah, she is. I think she can only get better from here. By the way, have you been keeping in touch with her?
Yeah, I text her every 2 or 3 days. Just simple things like, how are you today and stuff. She always replies back that she's good.
What? Don't you think that's too surface level? You should ask more questions than just that.
It's because she said that she worries I don't have the time to contact her much. That's why I keep it short and simple so she won't worry.
Ah, I see. That sounds like something she would say. Well, I guess it's good that I call her often then. We keep in touch all the time.
You mean she's been calling you?
Yes, a lot. She sometimes calls me and texts me basically every day. So you can leave it up to me. I'll keep her company this way.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm glad you two are becoming closer. It's kind of ironic that she worries about my free time, but I'm always talking to you. I guess I should work harder.
She's just trying not to bother you. And you work hard enough already. She just worries about you. But if she talks to me, she can probably feel more relaxed, don't you think? She knows I have all the time in the world to talk to her.
Oh, I see. I guess that's true. Has she said anything about how her rehabilitation is going recently?
She told me today that she only goes to the hospital for treatment twice a week now. And she's also doing some home treatments.
Wow, she is getting better then. That's good to hear. I guess I can rest easy for the time being.
Also, she said that going to the hospital was a pain.
Oh, right. She has to take the bus all the way there. And even the bus stop is kind of far away. I think it's about a 15-minute walk uphill.
It's because she lives out in the mountains. If she lived in a city, then that wouldn't be a problem, you know? Maybe she should move?
I think moving would be too stressful for her now. I don't want her to push herself too much.
But even going to the hospital is good for her. It's a kind of rehabilitation, too. Even though it's a pain to go there, she at least gets some steps in. She still has to stay somewhat active, you know?
You're right. She does need to walk more and get some fresh air.
Exactly! If you're still worried, you could always give her a bit more money. Then she could take a taxi to the hospital.
I don't think she'd go for that. She's too frugal.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's great that she seems to be doing better, right?
Of course it is. I'm relieved for sure.
Sean, are you asleep already? Sorry to bother you.
Hi, Mom. I'm still awake. It's only 9 o'clock. It's rare that I see a text from you these days. What's up? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Yesterday I ran into Harry, so I thought I'd let you know.
Harry?
And seeing him took me back to the good old days when you were still in school.
I don't know a Harry, though.
Come on, yes you do. He was your classmate, remember? The one who was great at baseball and even went pro. He was tall and always super tan. Do you remember now?
You mean Henry, not Harry.
Oh no, I got his name wrong. Silly me. I hope he didn't mind. Well, when I ran into him, we talked about you a lot. I told him that you're the best salesman in Chicago.
Oh, how was he? I haven't seen him in more than 12 years now. Wow. Time flies.
He was as energetic as ever. He hasn't changed a bit. He said that next time you're both in town, you can meet up. He'd love to hear all about Chicago.
I have been thinking about coming home and visiting, actually. If I have the time, I'd love to catch up with him after I visit you. Maybe I can take some time off work.
How about around Christmas time? I kinda already told him that you'd probably be home for Christmas. And I've been planning what to make for Christmas dinner. And Harry said that he'll be coming home too, so you can meet him here, right? I mean, Henry.
That sounds great. Of course I'd like to, but wouldn't you want me to come sooner than that? Can you wait that long? How about I come home for Thanksgiving instead? It's sooner.
Christmas is fine, don't worry. I know how busy you are. You can just spend time with Rosie's family since they're so close and then come for Christmas instead.
I knew you'd say that. It's just something to think about, Mom. Well, how's it going lately? You're feeling a lot better?
Usually you only text me one-word answers and then the conversation ends. What's with all the questions? Aren't you busy?
I'm off work right now, Mom. I'm not busy at all. And I like having longer conversations sometimes. Don't you? I have some free time now since Rosie has just stepped out and I'm just at home on the couch.
Oh, I see. Where did she go? Isn't it kinda late to be going somewhere on a weeknight?
She's going to her kickboxing class. It's only for an hour and it's not too far away. She started going to this kickboxing gym twice a week since last year.
Wow! She really is a go-getter. I wish I was that strong. If she gets really strong, she'll be able to fight you!
But you were pretty good at winning arguments with Dad.
Well, that's because he was no match for me. Maybe it's his fault that I'm so weak now.
Maybe you're right about that. So, are you doing okay?
Yes, I'm fine. My rehabilitation is going well, and I relax at home a lot on the couch or outside on the patio.
I heard it's been hard for you to get to and from the hospital, though.
Yeah, because it's a bit far away, and the only way I can get there is by bus. But it's good exercise for me. I have to walk to the bus stop every time. And sometimes there's no available seats on the bus, so I have to stand the whole time. But it's good for my balance.
But don't you start to feel tired or anything when you're on your way there? It's a long walk, and I would hate for you to fall on the bus.
I take breaks here and there, so it's not a big deal. Stop worrying so much.
But it's still hard, isn't it? How about taking a taxi instead? That would be much easier.
Taxis are way too expensive. I couldn't take a taxi. I don't have that much money just lying around. You know I'm just relying on Social Security.
The cost shouldn't be a problem. If expenses are a problem, I can increase the amount of money that we're sending. So if you really can't walk, please just call a taxi.
What money are you talking about?
You know, the $1,200 that I send you every month. Rosie's been sending money every month. Have you checked your bank statement?
Yes, I check it every week, but I haven't received anything. Oh, I got something from you guys on Mother's Day, actually.
Only then?
Yes, and I was so grateful for it. I felt bad even getting that money, though. I'm doing okay here. I couldn't take money from you every month.
But Rosie said that she's been sending it to you.
I don't know about that.
Has she been texting you?
Yeah, she texts me pretty often.
Has she not brought up the money at all?
No. She told me about the Mother's Day gift, though.
Oh my God. I wonder where she's been sending the money to.
I have no idea. But believe me, I haven't been receiving any money. Maybe there has just been a mistake at the bank.
Does this mean that Rosie's been lying to me? Oh my god. Has she been using the money this whole time? Why would she do that, though? Maybe she's been pocketing the money and saving up for something. You think so? Maybe she's been spending it on things and not telling you about it. She doesn't seem like the kind of girl who would do that to you, though. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm questioning everything now. I'll just ask her. Sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to get you worried about this. I'll get this sorted out.
Sean, have you gone out? I don't see your keys here. What are we gonna do for dinner?
I don't need dinner. I'm not coming home tonight.
Huh? Why? Did something happen?
I'm visiting my mom.
Why so sudden? Has something happened to her?
I just really missed her and needed to see her.
Wow. You could have taken me too. If you told me you were going, I would have gone with you.
Nah, I couldn't take you with me.
Why? What's gotten into you? I miss her too, you know. I'd like to see her.
I couldn't take along someone who pockets the money that's meant for my mother.
What are you talking about?
I've talked to her about the money we agreed to send her every month. She said she hadn't received anything. She only got the first month's and nothing since then. Why did you lie about something like this? How could you take money away from my sick mother?
Huh? Why are you accusing me of being a liar? I sent her the money every month. Who do you think I am?
You don't have to keep playing dumb, Rosie. I checked with her bank and sure enough, you only sent money on Mother's Day. You said that we were going to send her $1,200 per month.
Yeah, I know. It was my idea, remember?
Yeah, so what happened to following through with that idea,
I've been sending her the money this whole time.
Don't lie to me. I know you've just been using the money for yourself. Tell me why you would do something like this.
I'm sorry. I guess I did kinda lie.
What did you do with the money?
I didn't just waste it. Believe me.
Huh? Then what did you do with it?
I've been investing it.
Investments? Do you even know anything about investments?
One of my friends told me all about it. He was my classmate in university and now he's an investor. He gave me great advice about where to invest the money.
Who did you go to school with who became an investor? I thought all the people you went to school with went into advertising. I never met anyone like that in your friend group. Seems fishy to me, Rosie.
Trust me. I didn't tell you about him, but he was in my study group in school and we got along. Just a while ago, we ran into each other downtown. And that's when he told me all about investments.
I see. Well, what did you invest in?
He told me to invest in things to do with real estate. He said that if I put $1,200 towards it every month, then I'll get 10 times more the following year. Isn't that great? Seems like it can really work. He told me the strategy himself.
That's really suspicious, though. Pretty sure it's just a scam.
It's not a scam. I can trust him. I've known him for years. You don't know him at all.
You can never trust someone with your money. He shouldn't be making someone new to investments like you invest in stuff like that. Come to think of it, I met someone who's also a bit of a con man with those kinds of tricks up his sleeves. That's gotta be a scam. You need to be more careful.
He's not a con man! Believe me!
Well, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me anymore. I've made up my mind. Let's get divorced.
Wow, that's a rash decision, don't you think? I already apologized for lying to you. But this is all for you too, you know? We'll get $10,000 for this! For us! When we get that big return, we can give your mother even more money. We'll make more money this way. There's no need to get divorced, Sean.
But even if you didn't get scammed out of our money, I would still want a divorce.
Why?
Come on, Rosie. I know you're cheating on me.
I'm not cheating on you. Why are you making this up right now? There's no way I can be cheating on you.
Do you even have any proof? You started kickboxing 10 months ago, right? But you haven't really gained any muscle. You've just been pretending to go to kickboxing lessons when you're actually going to see someone. I told you I'm not cheating! Why don't you believe me? I just don't eat very healthy. That's why I haven't gained much muscle. Stop jumping to conclusions like that. Oh, really? I know you haven't been going to kickboxing at all. When I looked at your credit card balance, I saw that you've been spending a lot of money at restaurants and hotels. How do you explain that? You've just been spending money on him, right?
What? You checked my credit card? How?
Does the guy just so happen to be the guy who's been scamming you? Actually, you don't have to answer that. I know it's him.
Stop it, Sean! This is way out of line!
The fact that you've been using my money and also cheating on me with some con man disgusts me. And when you asked me if you could text my mom more frequently and that I didn't have to, that was just to make me calm down so I wouldn't contact her much. Isn't that right? You sneaky little snake. I'm impressed you pulled this off for so long.
I was texting your mom more frequently because I was worried about her too. It was all from the goodness of my heart. It's not because I wanted you to stop talking to her. You're the one who barely talked to her and just gave her one-word answers and yes or no questions. And how many times do I have to tell you that it's not a scam?
But you have been cheating on me. You can't deny that. Don't tell me I need to hire a private investigator to get to the bottom of this. I'll look into it if I have to.
Okay, fine. I've been seeing someone else for a while. But I was thinking of you the whole time. He reminds me of you. And he's not a con man, okay?
Hi, Rosie. It's Kathleen.
Kathleen? What happened to Sean?
I'm just using his phone for a moment. I also think that the person you've been giving the money to is scamming you. My late husband also ran into those kind of tricks back in the day. So I know a scam when I see one. So you better back out of it ASAP.
Well, I can't believe that even you're saying this.
Did you ask him the details of this investment strategy?
Of course I did. And he told me everything.
Can you explain it yourself?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain, so no. But he told me that it will definitely grow by next year.
If you can't explain it in your own words, then that means you don't understand it yourself, Rosie. And if you can't understand it, then that means it wasn't properly explained to you. Also, it's been 10 months, hasn't it? Have you even seen 1 penny of that money back?
He said that he's just taking a while to deposit it, that's all. He said it will come next month. I already have the money. I just don't have it deposited in my bank account yet.
What does he mean by that? A professional investor wouldn't make a mistake like that. It's important to have trust when it comes to investments. If he falters and doesn't send the money on time, then it's definitely a scam. Also, you better stop scamming my son.
I believe him. And I'm not scamming Sean. Believe me.
It's Sean now. I figured you'd say that. Well, you can go ahead and keep believing in some scammer and wait for him to give you the money. But I'm not just going to sit here and wait for something that's never going to come.
The money will come. Trust me.
You can keep seeing him too for all I care. You two complement each other well. But you do have to give me back my money.
But you know I don't have the money yet. And I'm a housewife right now. I don't have any income.
Yes, so get a job and then give me back the money you stole from me. Maybe you'll have to resort to asking your parents for it. You can either give me back the money all at once or you can pay it off in installments. But you will pay it back. Regardless, I want a divorce.
Hold on! Isn't this a bit one-sided? Are you sure you want to end our marriage this way? Come on, Sean. And there's no way I can pay off any debt.
I thought you were sure that you definitely weren't getting scammed. Should be no problem, right?
I guess so. But I don't know when I'll get that money. Can't you just wait a couple months? James will send me the money as soon as he can.
I'm sure you won't see that money ever again, but that isn't my problem. Go ahead and deal with it yourself. You were having an affair anyway. And on top of that, you lied about all of this, too. You stole the money that was supposed to go to my mom, which makes you a scammer, too. After that, Rosie and I officially got divorced. It was hard giving up on a 5-year marriage that I thought was the best thing in my life, but divorcing her was actually the best thing to do. Rosie's parents had to shoulder her debt, which they were furious about, but I finally got all the money back. And then I got to give that money to my mom as planned. Even after all of this, Rosie insisted that James wasn't a con man and she kept waiting for the money to come. But I actually reported him to the police and they got an arrest warrant. Turns out there were some other charges too, including bribery. How could Rosie cheat on me with someone like that? Apparently, he fled the country and continued to scam people overseas, but he was caught by police there anyway. Afterwards, Rosie finally realized that he was scamming her and that he was a horrible person. She apologized to me and wanted to get back together, but of course I said no. I think she knows what she's missing out on. I guess she can find some other criminal to date now. I heard that she got really desperate and went back to live with her parents until she finds a job. Good luck to her. I transferred to a branch closer to home, so my mom has started living with me. I drive her around and take her to her hospital appointments every week. I'm going to do everything I can to support her from now on, and make sure she knows I always have time for her.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. See you next time!